Now on your day, a fiery first and final face-off.
He has never met an oil company that he doesn't swipe right about.
But John Fetterman thinks the minimum wage is his weekly allowance from his parents.
Senate candidates taking the stage and taking shot.
Who can you believe that can fight against inflation and pushing back against corporate greed for somebody that is choosing working in China versus over American workers?
When John Fetterman brings up houses, the irony is he didn't pay for his own house. He got it for $1 from his sister, and he hasn't been able to earn a living on his own. He's lived off his parents. So it's not a topic that we should be debating.
Both using this primetime showdown to vie for votes before Election Day. And that Election Day is now just 13 days away.
From abortion to inflation to the economy, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman and Dr. Mehmet Oz tried to rally support. Our John Shumway is back with a look at some of the answers to topics that many of us are talking about, are very interested in too, John.
Yeah, and quite a debate last night, to say the least. The hour-long event, the candidates traded their jabs, but they also attempted to reach voters. So let's start with the topic on the top of many minds: abortion.
There should not be involvement from the federal government in how states decide their abortion decisions.
If you believe that the choice of your reproductive freedom belongs with Dr. Oz, then you have a choice. But if you believe that the choice for abortion belongs between you and your doctor, that's what I fight for. Roe v. Wade, for me, should be the law. He celebrated when Roe v. Wade went down, and my campaign would fight for Roe v. Wade, and if given the opportunity, to codify it into law.
Next, let's talk about the surge in gun violence in the state.
I run on my record on crime. You know, I ran to be mayor back in 2005 in order to fight gun violence, and that's exactly what I did. And working with the police and working with our community, I was able to stop gun violence for 5.5 years as mayor. Ever accomplished before or since my time as mayor, because I'm the only person on this stage right now that has was successful about pushing back against gun violence.
Part of the problem is that we have taken away the ability of police to do their job, and that's on John Fetterman. Because John Fetterman has taken such a harsh position against them. He's undermined them at every level, taken away some of their funding. He's pushed for Krasner, who he admires tremendously, and he's spoken highly of him just this week. He's taken his policies to a new extreme. He's argued that people should be let out of jail without any bail, no matter what they did to get in there.
Now to a topic that impacts all of us: the economy.
John Fetterman's, however, response continually is to raise taxes. He raised taxes as mayor. He tried to raise taxes as lieutenant governor, 46%. That's a big tax rate. He supported Joe Biden's recent tax rate increase.
So we need to fight about inflation, you know, right now, because it's a tax on working families, you know, and Dr. Oz can't possibly understand what that is like. You know, he has 10 gigantic mansions. You know, we must push back against corporate greed.
And a simple question for what makes you the best candidate to be Pennsylvania's next senator?
I'm running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania. Here's a man that spent more than $20 million of his own money to try to buy that seat. And this campaign is all about, to me, is about fighting for everyone in Pennsylvania that ever got knocked down.
Washington keeps getting it wrong with extreme positions. I want to bring civility, balance, all the things that you want to see, because you've been telling it to me on the campaign trail. And by doing that, we can bring us together in a way that has not been done of late.
Now, the lieutenant governor also argued that he is able to serve despite suffering a stroke back in May. At the start of the debate, he addressed the health condition and that he might miss some words during the contest in the wake of that stroke. But he was able to use a closed captioning system to help him read the questions and Oz's answers if he needed to see them. And we'll discuss more of the hot topics coming up, but clearly a heated debate last night.
I was going to say, majority of the topics you discussed already are a lot what's on people's minds. So I'm really interested what you have yet to speak about, John.
We'll get to it in a little bit.
All right, thank you.